Dave Grisham here with Last Frontier Evangelism. We're on our way to the Alaska State Fair here in Palmer, and I just decided we'd stop and make a video, while we're stuck in traffic, and talk to you a little bit about one of the techniques that we use on the streets to witnessing to atheists. Now, the real weakness in atheism, don't get yourself all caught up in their little highbrow world of proving God or any of that. No, don't go there. Don't even worry about that. Go straight to the heart of the matter. And the problem with atheism is morality. You see, when you don't believe in God, you must accept that morality comes from man. That there is no level above mankind when it comes to morality, because anytime you get above man, you're in God's territory, and they're actually admitting there is a God. So they're not going to go there. So what you do is there's a couple of techniques you can use for making them squirm like crazy. One of them, when talking about morality, is ask them if they believe in absolute truth. And if they say no, they don't believe in absolute truth, because they can't, because if they do believe in absolute truth, you're going to have to say, well, where does that come from? It comes from God. Now, you're in the territory of God. So what you do is you say, oh, you don't believe in absolute truth. What's true for me is not necessarily true for you. Right. So if that's the case, is rape always wrong? And they'll usually almost always ask you to, what did you say? Is rape always wrong? And usually they'll respond with something like, well, in some cultures, no, don't let them wiggle off like that. No, I didn't ask you what some cultures believe. I'm asking you, in fact, in reality, is there ever a justification for rape? Is rape always wrong? Now, at this point, they're going to be very uncomfortable, especially if you're on a college campus and there's a lot of women around, or you're out in front of a bar, and there's a lot of women around, and the women are going to be looking at him like, buddy, you better come up with the right answer, and you better come up with it quick. So they're going to be looking at him, and anyway, so you put them on the spot, you make them squirm. And if they admit that it's okay to rape a woman, they basically are a barbarian, and they have completely obliterated their credibility with anyone around them. And if they say that it's never okay to rape a woman, they've essentially admitted there's an absolute truth, and now they're in the territory of God. And thus, by default, they've admitted that there is a God, because there's morality above mankind. There's another technique you can use with slavery. Give them this scenario. Let's say you're back 150 years ago and slavery was legal. And an escaped slave, you find an escaped slave who's escaped from his master, and the law says you must turn the slave back over to his owner. So the law says that you must return the slave to his master. And the majority of people agree that slavery was okay back in those days, because they did. The majority of people in the South believed it was all right. And so if the majority of people have decided that it's moral, then you're going to have to go with the majority of the people, because that's where your morality comes from. There's no other source. So you tell them, would you turn in the slave? Or would you try to help him escape? And now if they say, well, I would turn him in, and say, oh, you must support slavery. You're a racist. And so that puts them in an extremely difficult position and destroys their credibility. Whereas on the other hand, if they say I want to help them escape, we'll say, well, where's your source of morality for that? Where's your source of morality? If there is no morality above mankind, where is your source of morality when it comes to turning the slave free? When it comes to not going along with the law that agrees with slavery, where did you get your morality? Where did that come from? So put them in this very difficult position, and I promise you, you will get results. The key is going after their heart, not going after their intellect. You got to remember, don't get in the mud and wrestle with a pig, because you're just going to figure out that the pig is enjoying it, and you're just going to get all muddy. So don't go there with them. Go after the heart, and there's a couple of techniques for you in which you can do that.